Hello. Yes.
Hi. How are ya? Huh? Respond below. Okay, so that's Alexandria.
This is Ash, and that's Jacob.
And that's Mickey.
Coming at you from the Pope House. How are you guys? I hope you're super duper fantastic, lovely, and awesome.
Hey,
All right, so it is Movie Monday. So guess what movie we watched?
Have to go.
All right, you're in the middle, so you have to hold it up. We watched The Conjuring 2. All right, so that came out in 2016. It's 134 minutes long. It is rated R for terror and horror violence. It was produced by Peter Safran, Rob Cohen, and James Wan. And it was directed by James Wan. Stars Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Francis O'Connor, Madison Wolfe, Simon McBurney, and Franca Potente? I don't know. Okay, somebody give a synopsis.
Oh my gosh.
What? You don't talk enough, so you get to do the synopsis.
Whatever.
all the time.
So the Warrens, the opening of the movie, the beginning of the movie opens with Amityville, and the Warrens actually invested in Amityville in a case. Kitty.
Invested?
Investigated.
Anywho.
Kitty.
Leave them just talk.
So it opens with the Amityville case, which they investigated, and then it ends with that. And then they get a call from, well, not a call, but they get called to.
They decide to not take any more cases. Anyway, continue.
No, take over.
No,
continue.
because you gotta have that little point in there.
Then they get called over to London because there's a case over there that's unfolding that they basically then deem England's Amityville. That's it.
So they go investigate.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what we liked. Scary.
Yeah.
Of
It's
course.
really creepy. I think
Creepy.
this one's
Yes.
creepier than the first one. I would go out on a limb. No. I'd go out. I'd go as far as saying this one's, there we go, scarier than the first one. I really would.
Scary. It is very creepy and suspenseful.
I don't know if I think it's scarier than the first one. I think they're pretty even for me.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Like they're both very, very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Scary.
I agree. And I like that they touched on the investigation of the Amityville house in the
Yeah.
beginning. I thought that was a pretty good touch.
Yeah,
And
'cause
like you had noticed before, remember you had said something about how they allude to other cases, like of some of their famous cases, but they don't really focus on them.
I said that.
That was you?
That was me.
Are you sure?
I was the smart one.
Okay, so
I
it's you.
do like that because even though they did investigate Amityville and Amityville was one of their like biggest cases, I like that they didn't do an entire movie of it because of how many Amityville movies have already been made.
Because they didn't need to.
Yeah,
Agreed.
we already know the story, so they were just like, all right, touch on it, make sure you know that they did it, and then just move on. We have another story.
And
now.
we get to see Lorraine's vision that she had back from the first one with Maurice, the farmer.
Yeah.
The sheep farmer? What was he? Goat farmer. What
I
was
don't
he?
know.
I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, Maurice.
As I understand it too, the real Lorraine, she did have like a vision that scared her half to death, but she never told anybody what it was.
Huh.
So what they show it as in the movies was made up.
Oh, that's good to know. I also like the editing in this. I thought there were some really cool editing techniques used in it, like when Lorraine was in her little dream state or whatever, and she was kind of mimicking the DeFeo murders, and how in the mirror, like it matched
Yeah, that was cool.
really well. And then there were some other parts later on too that I thought were really cool editing things.
I mean, again, just like the first one, it's just really well done.
Yeah.
James Wan is very, very good at
Yes.
this
He's
genre.
one of my favorites for horror films.
He's my favorite.
I also like the soundtrack on this. I like all the old songs.
Yeah.
This one does that thing in the music that's in The Nun that I talked about with like the bass
Oh
notes.
yeah, that bass.
I love the bass notes.
Yeah, really
And it's
well.
like how you know that she's in the scene. So
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. Here it comes again.
I
I also loved all the accents, all the British accents.
The English accents.
Those
Yeah.
were awesome.
They're fun.
Yeah. And I like that they had the paranormal activity while the cops were there because,
yeah.
you know, a lot of times when people in authority come to investigate or whatever, then all of a sudden there's nothing.
Mhm.
So it was kind of cool that the cops were a witness.
And they even signed a report or whatever.
Right,
and,
saying that they had seen some stuff.
And I'm pretty sure that that actually happened in the real life.
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
so. I think so as well. And then I also like that they their use of shadows and darkness because it adds to the creep factor of it.
Yeah.
What else, guys? What else was good? Lots of stuff.
Lots of
This
stuff.
is just really good filmmaking.
I like the details and things that you don't notice the first time you watch it because you're not focusing on that.
Right.
But then, like, second or third time you watch it, you're like, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
them strategically placing the demon's name all over the
Mhm.
Warren's home. First time you see it, you're not looking at those letters and thinking that's a name.
Mhm.
But after you, later on in the film, when you find out what the demon's name is, then when you watch it again, you see the name everywhere. You're like, oh, I see what you did
That's
there.
what those letters are for. I get it now.
To be honest, when I first watched it, I didn't even notice the letters.
I didn't either.
I guess that means they did
Most
a
of
good
the
job.
time, I didn't even notice them.
And then there was there's a couple of times, little things that you catch in like the background. I swear, like the second time we watched this, when it's all blurry visioned that one time when Ed's walking around, I swear one time I caught the nun in like the corner of his vision that he you briefly
Oh,
see
yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
But ever since then, every single time that scene comes up, I cannot find her again. And I was like, where did she go? Am I crazy? Did I just hallucinate her the first time?
I
Oh
think
my gosh.
she's there. I think there's something that does pass like in a doorway or something. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
think
you're
it's
talking
the doorway.
Yeah.
Well, the
about?
Crooked Man,
I
I
saw
know.
it.
Well, the Crooked Man, yeah, but he's like
Right, but
there.
it was before that, before he comes out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a brief, like,
Right.
he turns and
I
as
noticed
he's
it this
turning,
time. I don't think I noticed it in any of the other times we watched it, but I did notice that shadow this time.
I noticed it like the second time we watched it and I can't find it and again.
What about you? Got anything else to add?
Not really. I think I was going to bring up the whole police thing, and I think that was cool. Oh, and I like how, even though the mom...
I loved her reactions too.
She was very good, yeah. She was another very good mom reaction.
Yeah, like in the
Reactor.
first country.
But of course, she doesn't believe the kids at first, and she thinks that they're just scaring each other. But then very, very promptly, the dresser gets shoved in front of the door, and she's like, okay, never mind. I believe the kids now.
Right.
And so then she goes through all the haunting stuff with them as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I've been haunted, I guess you could say, but it's only because I was the only one there, and I don't know if other people would have noticed it or seen it. I don't know. So I don't know if this is normal that hauntings would just pick certain people to pick on and then not do anything for anybody else. I don't know.
To be
Tell
fair-
us below. Tell us below.
To be fair, it is a demon more than it is a ghost.
This is true. They
So-
might have more control over who they haunt. Okay.
I also liked,
That's all right. This is a new format, so I like it. I like this much better already. Stop it.
I think this one was a little bit more relatable for us because it was a single mom and they were poor. She straight up
Yeah.
says at one point, we don't have any bloody money.
Yep, they were in the Poe house too.
Yeah, so this one I think was a little bit more relatable for us than the first one, even though the first one they were on the lower end as well because they had their money tied up in the house.
But it was a married couple.
Right, and I think they were still better off than this woman was.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's kind of like us. It's like as soon as something bad happens, then something else bad happens. Like, when like the hauntings first started, or whatever, one of her kids got caught at school just holding a cigarette. She didn't smoke it. So then the mom gets a call about it, and then
And the irony of that, you were caught smoking.
and then she takes a puff. But it wasn't even just a few scenes later, and she's doing laundry with her neighborhood friend. The neighbors are great too. I love the neighbors in this
Yeah.
movie.
Because
They're
they
fantastic
believe them.
neighbors.
They're like there for them 100%.
Yeah, these are awesome
And
neighbors.
that used to be how it was. Neighbors were like that at one
Yeah.
time.
But anyway, so as they're doing laundry, she goes to start it, and the laundry just spurts water.
Yeah.
And it's like, just add that to the list of crap happening. That's how it
Right.
usually goes.
Yeah, pretty much. And we can tell you all kinds of stories.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what we didn't like.
Nothing. I know there was a few like
Yeah, there's some.
nitpicky things
Yeah,
that she wrote
and
down,
it wasn't
but-
it wasn't necessarily about the way the movie was made at all. It was just like stuff like the people are not waking up for loud sounds. You know,
I
okay,
don't wake up for loud
some
sounds though, so.
well, but everybody, surely there would be somebody in that household that would wake up.
Again, I think that's why they did that one scene where the eldest daughter is in that one room and her mom is like literally a room over saying something very loudly, like you can hear her saying it, but she's super muffled.
I don't even know what she's talking about.
I'm not sure either.
It's in the
She's
beginning.
hallucinating again.
It's in the beginning when because she walks by the door and asks the oldest if she's got her school uniform, and that's what it shows, this girl getting her school uniform. And then you could hear the mom walk by and continue to say something to the other kids, and she says it very loudly where you can still hear she's saying something, but you can't hear what she's saying because she's so muffled by the walls. So I think that's why they showed that scene, was to show the walls.
There was somebody else in that room, though. In both instances, there's somebody else in the room. Come on.
That only happened once.
Anyway,
and also there's a part where, okay, spoiler alert, I'm sorry. Don't listen to the part if you haven't seen it yet. Ed and this mom were in the basement, their flooded basement, and she got bit by the man, and he's missing teeth. Well, he had a partial denture, and all of a sudden it appears out of thin air and just falls into the water. Where did it come from? Where did that come from? I don't know. It's not really a bad thing. I mean, that kind of adds to it, but it's just like, what happened there? So you guys, there's something you want to add?
nothing
No,
really.
I adore this movie.
What about actors and characters? Like Jacob was saying, they're totally relatable.
Yeah, the main family first off.
Vera can scream.
Yeah. It's a strange thing to admire somebody scream, but like I
Well-
like her scream.
You watch horror movies enough, like Friday the 13th the other night,
Mm-hmm.
and those screams are terrible. They're
Oh my gosh.
horrible.
We'll get to those later. I have all of them. We'll
But-
get to them later.
So you see so many of these horror movies where their screams just they're not it. They are just not it. And then suddenly you get to this movie and I'm so sorry. And she's screaming as if
murder.
yeah, she's just it's so realistic sounding. It's like this is what an actual person sounds like when they're screaming in this sort of situation.
In total fear.
Yeah, and I just Farrah,
Yeah.
you were so amazing.
But you know, I also like that we really get to see what a great actress Frances O'Connor is. Because I mean, I've seen her in a few other things, and you know, I mean, she's always been good, but not just like something that stands out. But this really showcases her abilities to act, and so kudos to you, Frances.
The kids too.
Yeah, I was going to say Janet and the little brother.
Yeah.
I
Billy.
mean, Billy. I love that whenever he would be scared, he would go and he'd like keep trying to hold on to Mom, so that you know he had her to protect him. And I just love that little touch in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Janet, yeah, she's
Janet was fantastic.
fabulous. Holy cow! Wow, good job. I don't know what's her actress name.
I think she's Madison Wolf.
Oh, is she?
I think so.
Don't know. If you are, kudos. Very good.
And
Very
I'm also
believable.
the Welsh skeptic lady.
Oh, I know. She was so good that we all hated her.
Yeah, she's very, because she's a skeptic, so she doesn't believe in anything.
Right.
But
She conveniently leaves out all the details that cannot be explained.
yeah, she kind of ignores the things that she can't really explain, but
Right.
then she'll fixate on the things that she can, that can
Exactly.
easily be explained away.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
when that's how a lot of skeptics really are.
Well, and two, and even when the things that she was trying to explain away, she would say probably. Well, she
Yeah.
probably read it somewhere. It's public information. She probably read it. Well, you're grasping at straws, aren't you? So,
Yeah.
So she did a great job of making us hate her.
I mean, really, everybody was very good in their roles, their
Yeah.
respective roles.
Really good acting in this.
Yeah.
Really good acting.
And then the neighbors again.
Yeah. Great neighbors. Everybody. We should all go back to that kind of living where we take care of each so that we take care of each other.
Your tongue get in front of your eye teeth and you couldn't see what you were saying?
Neither could you.
No?
Oh, I just saw something I didn't like.
Oh.
I don't like that people don't go to their mother immediately after something paranormal.
I know. They always have kids are brave. At
I
least.
don't. I I am almost 20 years old, and if I hear even the floorboards creak, I'm gonna throw something at my mom and be like, wake up! You and me, we're either gonna go check that out or I'm sleeping in your bed tonight. I'm not messing with this by myself. So, the fact that these kids are younger than me, the main girl is 11 years old, and she's still like, I'm gonna go investigate and look at something.
But she was still scared. It wasn't like she was checking things out and she wasn't scared. You know, you could tell that she was terrified, and she kind of like creep around the corners and try to turn on lights and stuff, and at least have the flashlight. And then as soon as she saw something that freaked her out, she was heading back to her bedroom. So
But I wouldn't have even gotten that far.
I wouldn't have either.
She shares a room with her sister. I would be throwing things at my
Her
sister.
older
like,
sister.
Yeah, I would be like, wake up!
Again, the older sister. Come on, bring them into the picture. Make them stand up.
Same thing with the Conjuring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you just wake up the sibling?
I'm just kidding.
All right. Anything else about actors' characters?
I don't think so.
I was really impressed by the acting in this. I really was.
All the actors are amazing.
Yeah.
Most of the characters are likable unless they're made not to be likable. Like the skeptic.
That was played by Franca Potente. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so sorry. Okay, so overall thoughts.
Really, really
nice
good.
movie.
Loved it.
Again, just
Loved it.
on par with the first one. I really don't know which one I like better.
I know. I
They're
could
both
watch
so good.
both of them over and over again, and have. It's great family fun if your family is a little bit like ours.
Also,
And
shut up.
And I think both of these are better than all of the other spin-offs.
Put together.
Yeah.
I think
Except I did enjoy most of those too.
Yes, but
it's
these are
it's
scariest.
really good. It's really scary. I also love as my friend said this when we watched it together. I think we watched it together, or she was just talking about it. I don't know, one of the two. And she said that she liked how in love Ed and Lorraine were. Like they were totally like they had such a connection, and it really felt like when Ed went off by himself, it really felt like Vera was completely distressed by this. Like
Yeah.
she was in complete pain from this, and I was like, the
Totally
less,
fearful that something was going to happen to him because of her vision.
the less you're acting, Vera.
Yeah.
The less you're acting to
Yes.
Patrick, because you're also very good.
Yes. Yes. Very good acting again. Yeah, I love this movie. I've
It's
watched
so
it over
good.
and over again.
And
So if
it
you
is
haven't
creepier.
watched it, watch it.
You want to know why it's creepier than the first one? In my honest opinion,
Your opinion.
Oh, wow.
because there's a scary old man. I don't know what it is. When old people are made to be scary, they're the most terrifying thing ever. Like, I don't...
Dolls.
Okay. This doesn't delve into dolls, though. But, like, seriously, between him and the nun, which the nun is supposed to be a demon, I'm more scared of the old man. Because he's just creepy. Maybe it's just because the things he does are creepier to me. Like, you know, when you have a
But he
disembodied
was,
voice behind
he was
you. Like, that's...
controlled by the demon, though.
I know, and when he, like, they show that part where he's just normal and he's not made to look scary, he's not a scary old man at all. He's fine. But because they purposely make him look scary in the first, like, 75% of the movie, he's scary. He is terrifying, and I don't know what it is. Every time there's a scary old person, they're terrifying to me.
No.
And
Okay.
it also could be because everything that he does to scare is mostly, like, you know, disembodied voice behind one of the girls, and that's freaky to me. Disembodied voices are freaky, more so than seeing a figure right there, because most time that doesn't happen in real life. You don't see.
Alright.
Oh, we shall. That's fine. Okay. So, rating?
Big hard eyes.
Big hard eyes all around, I think. Yes?
Same.
Big hard eyes. Yay.
You get 3 hot eyes. Congratulations.
You're moving on to the next round. We've been watching America's Got Talent. So, yeah, if you haven't watched it, make sure you watch it. And-
Conjuring 2, not America's Got Talent.
Yeah. And then let us know below what you thought of it. Even if you don't like scary movies, I recommend watching this movie, but maybe watch it with somebody else, you know, bring a friend over, a family member, something like that. Or maybe a group of people watch it as a group of friends. That would probably be better. Or take her advice.
I think I got my advice.
Huh?
I think my advice is
You have to re-say it.
Alright. Here's my advice. If you're sad or you feel lonely, watch a horror movie. Specifically the Conjuring movies. Because by the end of it, you'll no longer feel sad because that will be replaced by fear. And you'll no longer be lonely because now you think that there's a ghost watching over you.
Don't you love our logic? But yes. So,
Sitting there on your phone.
I know.
she was talking.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes, please help us get to 1,000 subscribers because we're ready
Yes,
to move
please.
to the next level and we can't do it without you. So make sure you share our videos and encourage your friends and family and strangers to subscribe to our channel and watch our videos.
Because we'd like to make better videos. We'd like to be able to get, like,
Good light.
better equipment. Yeah, lighting
Yeah,
for one.
maybe get a professional editor.
Mhm.
Instead of this one right here.
Maybe.
I'm kind of lame, sorry guys. Yeah, so help us do that, guys. And I guess that's it, yeah?
Mhm.
That's Jacob.
It's Alexandria.
That's Mickey. Toodles.
Bye.